Hello, my friends. I'm Brett Larkin. In this fusion routine, we're going to do a tiny bit of yin, and then we're going to do yin and yang. Yin, focusing on our interconnective tissue, really long holds, nice stretches. And for our yang, we're going to do a super empowering Kundalini Kriya. Each day of the challenge, we're working with an affirmation from the Uplifted Yoga Journal, the first ever yoga-focused planner. Today's affirmation is, I seek, but also invite my desires to simply come to me. To begin, come on down to a child's pose. We'll just ground in here. Rock the hips from side to side. Knees can be together or apart. And of course, you can put couch cushions underneath your seat, block underneath your forehead. Just allow the bones of your body to get heavy and fully arrive on your mat. So feel every part of you, every aspect of your personality, every area of your life. Walk down to this mat and sink into this child's pose with you. So over the course of the next 4 or 5 breaths, it's just like you're catching up with yourself, allowing all aspects of your being to fully arrive in this moment on this mat. Slowly begin to deepen the breath. Inhale through the nose for a count of 4, feeling the back body expand. Exhaling all the way for 4. Again, inhaling, fill up all the way, counting your breath. Exhaling completely, make sure all the air exits the body. Just think, let go, let go, let go. Last breath on your own. Good, and then gently rock up to an all-fours position. Shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. And we're just going to take some figure eights. So you're going to lean forward, take the weight over the left wrist, then the right wrist, and then the left seat and the right seat. And just sort of inviting this figure eight spiral movement into the body, seeing where the body is in space. Maybe noticing one hip tighter than the other. Just channel a little bit of a snake-like quality here. Have fun with it. Good, and then let's take our figure eight into a circle. So you'll just rock forward over the wrists, back all the way so hips touch the heels into that child's pose, and back up and around. If you feel the hips or any part of the body crack or pop, it's totally normal. It's just little gas bubbles escaping your joints. It's not anything good or bad. And reverse the circles. Find stillness in your all fours. Reaffirm belly button up towards the ceiling, knit the ribs together. So feel your front body navigate away from the floor. Curl your back toes under, and keeping that containment in the ribs and the navel, you're just going to inhale, open the chest, open the heart. So try to keep the abs engaged, navel lifted as you broaden across the chest. Exhale, round, round, round. Chin into chest, tailbone lengthens to the space between your heels. And 2 more, just following your in-breath. Your out breath. Breathing in. And this time curling the toes under, pressing back to dog, but take a nice wide stance on your mat. So feet are as wide as the mat, if not wider. Big toes maybe on the mat, pinky toes on the wood floor of your house. Press your torso towards your thighs. Feel the index finger knuckle press down. Just take 5 deep breaths here. And with your eyes closed, we're just going to add in a visualization here. So it should feel like you're doing handstand in the upper body's charged. As you breathe in, I want you to think of moving your booty up towards the ceiling. So it's almost like your sits bones, like flashlights, shine towards the ceiling. So you find a little bit more of an arch in your low back. And as you breathe out, you just curl your tailbone forward. And maybe your heels come closer to the floor. So it's a micro movement. If you see close up on my seat, I'm barely moving. It's just a little inhale, moving the tailbone up in space. And the exhale, I'm drawing my navel in, lengthening the tailbone forward a little bit, as if I was going to rock forward into a plank. So very mini movement here. Play with that on your own. Just an opening and a closing, retracting of the area of the pelvic floor, feeling a stretch in the back of the legs. Good, and then bring the feet hip width apart, so into your regular dog stance, pedal through the legs. And breathe in, yawn the right leg up and back. Bend the knees, stack the hips. Watch that that right shoulder doesn't spiral away from the mat. Square the shoulders down so they're level with one another. Breathe in, take the right knee higher, and then draw the right knee towards the left knee. You're just going to take a big hip circle. So right knee grazes left, open it wide, kind of like a dog peeing on a fire hydrant. Not the prettiest analogy, but it's a good one. 2 more circles like this. Good, and then draw your knee to your nose and pause. And set your right shin down for your pigeon pose. Now, if you're newer to the practice, or you just have kind of tight hips, you're gonna do ankle to knee instead. So I'll show you what that looks like. Folks in pigeon, you can come on down, or I'll be right with you there. Tight hips, right ankle over left knee, and you're just threading through, holding on to the thigh or the shin, making sure that that right foot stays flexed and taking your hip stretch here. So one is pigeon on your back and one is pigeon on your shin. One's not better than the other by any means. If you're already down in pigeon, that's fine. If you're not, I want you to square your hips with me. So draw your right hip back energetically and take your left hip forward. Breathe in, reach the arms up. And exhale, fold forward. Even if you're already in the pigeon, you can curl your back left toes under. So if you look at my back foot, I'm curling my back left toes under, and I'm pressing my left hip forward. That's going to help you square the hips, maybe feel a little bit of a deeper stretch. Great pose to have the forehead on blocks or books, or you can even make a little shelf with your hands or fists. So this is our first yin style hold. Breathe into the right hip, send your breath there. I like to imagine a little balloon in my right hip, and every inhale I'm filling that balloon with breath. Every exhale, just surrendering, letting my body get heavier. If you've gone too far, back off. For yin, we're going to be here for several minutes, so you can always progress further, but you want to find your edge. So a place where sensation is noticeable, but you can breathe into it. You're not at your deepest point. And close the eyes, use your breath as a refuge here. And if you might be thinking, well, I'm not warm enough. Why are we doing pigeon at the beginning? This is crazy. Yin is actually designed for you to do cold while your muscles are cold, so we can really focus and work on the interconnective tissue, on the fascia. So very strict true yin practitioners always do yin before the body's warm in order to access the interconnective tissue. Otherwise the muscles can take over the stretch. So don't worry about not being warmed up enough, but of course back off. You don't want to go into your most extreme pigeon in this particular moment. You want to take your time. With this yin, it's slow and steady, really wins the race. So if you're feeling too intense of a stretch, your body is being pushed into protection, no healing can happen. So back off if you need to. Remember to send your breath into the area of the right hip, inflating it like a balloon. Really maybe work with that visualization. Exhaling, getting heavier and surrendering. And you'll hear my voice again in a few minutes. We're going to be here a while. Drop into your breath and you'll hear my voice again. Last 5 breaths. Start thinking about how you can soften even more in these final moments into this space that you've created in the hips. How you can let go of resistance, let go of protection. Just think of the body melting like butter. Final huge deep breath. Take the hands underneath the shoulders. Curl the back toes under. Press yourself back into a dog. If you're in the supine ankle to knee version, just join us in this dog, please. Reach the right leg high to the sky, so same leg we just worked. Bend the knees, stack the hips, and just make those circles again. Right knee to left, opening out. Big circle with the knee. Just noticing how the right hip feels post our yin exploration, holding that pigeon. And if you want, you can reverse the circles this time. And then let's come back to our wide leg down dog. So toes, big toes on the mat, pinky toes on the wood or floor. Pressing the torso towards the thighs, rooting through the knuckles. And then same little pelvic floor exercise. Inhale, take the sitting bones high. Exhale, if you know Mula Bandha, it's like a little contraction of the pelvic floor. So your groins kind of come up and in. Breathe in, rock the tailbone towards the ceiling. Exhale, pull the groin muscles and the abs up and in. 2 more, just playing with this little micro movement of the pelvis and sacrum, low back. Good, and then bring the feet hip width apart. And find your breath. And then we're going to lift the left leg high to the sky. Bend the knees, stack the hips. Make sure that left shoulder stays square to the mat. Deep breath. And then left knee grazes right, opening in those big circles. So left knee grazes right, opens out super wide to the side. Feeling through the hip, and then draw left knee to nose. Placing the shin for your pigeon pose or ankle to knee, friends. This time you have the left ankle over the right knee, pulling in. You're keeping that left foot deeply flexed. And if you can get close on my ankle, you're really making sure that the ankle is overhanging the thigh, right? You don't want your foot kind of on the knee. Really make sure it's overhanging. That's going to give you a better stretch, as well as being safer for the knee and your foot. Friends in pigeon, if you're not already down, press the hands into the mat. Right hip back, left hip forward. Open the heart and fold forward. Everyone in pigeon, curl the back, right toes under. Press your right hip forward. Coming a little deeper into the pose. Finding your edge. And dropping into the breath. That visualization of a balloon in your left hip that you expand with breath on the inhale. Worked for you, use it on that side. Otherwise, I'll offer perhaps visualizing that your inhale is like a light inside the body. In each inhale, it's like you're shining that light, this flashlight, bringing light to the cave of your left hip, illuminating it with breath. Exhaling, surrendering, letting the bones of the body get heavy. Make any adjustments you need, back off if you've gone too far. We're here for several minutes. So drop into your own breath and experience, and after some time you'll hear my voice again. Last 5 breaths. Really deepen your breathing. Final breath. Take the hands underneath the shoulders, curl the back toes under. Come back into your downward facing dog, but then take the left leg high to the sky, so same leg that was just in pigeon. Bend the knees, stack the hips, and then take some circles now with that left knee. Just noticing the after effects of the pose. Big circles, right knee grazes left, goes all the way out to the side. It's like if you had a crayon attached to your knee, it would draw massive circles on the ceiling. Reverse the circles. Good. Pedal through the legs, any movement you need, and then come back to your child's pose. Knees can be touching or as wide as the mat. Slowly walk yourself up and position yourself such that you're seated on your heels. If you prefer to put a block the long way between your heels or to sit on a couch cushion, you can. Please position yourself in a way that you can sit on your heels or in hero's pose for a significant amount of time. So far, what we've done is actually activated and really grounded ourselves into our root chakra, Muladhara. If you're more interested in the chakras, I'd really suggest and encourage you to check out my chakra challenge, which goes through each chakra one by one. For our yin, we integrated ourselves with this Muladhara earth energy. And now for our yang part of the practice, we're going to do one of the most powerful Kundalini Kriyas that exists, Satnam Kriya. And it's designed to channel energy through our whole system and light up our whole system. And my intention with this class is that we do that now after having deeply, deeply grounded in, which is not a combo that we often get to do. So we're going to completely supercharge and change our energy now. I'd like you to make sure you're comfortable in this seat. The mudra we'll use, if you want to get close on my hands, is that ladies will have their left, you're going to interlace all the fingers and then take the index fingers to release, if you look at my hands, and then you'll have the left thumb over the right, ladies, and you'll have the right thumb over the left, gentlemen, okay? So left over right. You're going to inhale, take the arms straight up, so biceps are right by the ears. How this works is we're going to chant Sat Nam, which just means truth is my identity. On the inhale, Sat. On the exhale, Nam. So on that inhale, Sat, you're actually pulling up through your pelvic floor, just sort of like we played with in Down Dog, activating your root chakra, sending Kundalini energy up the spine, and Nam you release. So it looks like this. Sat, Nam, Sat, Nam, Sat. Nam Sat, Nam Sat, Nam Sat, Nam Sat. All right? So we're going to do this together for 5 minutes. It's a long time. Take breaks if you need to, but really challenge yourself to stay in it. I will be doing a somewhat modified version because I'm close to 5 months pregnant. So if you're pregnant or on your menstrual cycle, you can just visualize doing the Kriya with us, or you can just hold the position but not do the breathing, chanting belly work. You can silently chant in your head. All right, let's begin. Arms up, deep breath in, and deep breath out. Let's just take one more deep breath in. Deep breath out and begin. Sat Nam 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 Sat. Keep going on your own. Don't stop. Keep going. Keep going. So really activate the belly as you do this. So on Sat, you're really pulling the pelvic floor in, drawing the navel back into the spine. On Nam, you let everything release. So this is also great for your digestion, great for just strengthening your aura, cleansing and activating all the different organs in the body. And just keep going, find your rhythm, don't stop. Make sure that the biceps are really directly alongside your ears, that the arms don't drift forward or back. Stay with it. Sat, Nam, 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 Sat. Can be normal to get out of breath. If you feel like you're out of breath, keep going. Unless you feel like you're hyperventilating, just keep going. Stay with the mantra. Stay with the mantra. If you need to take breaks, take a break and then come right back into it. Sat Nam 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 Sat. Keep going. Stay strong. If the arms are burning, focus on that mantra. Truth is my identity. And with your eyes closed in this position, I want you to roll your eyes up and in towards your third eye center, space between and above the eyebrows. Focusing on your pituitary gland, seat of your intuition, sixth chakra. So with the eyes closed, as you chant, as you continue, bring your focus to that point, just above and between the eyebrows. Just 2 more minutes. Stay strong. Sat Nam 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 Sat. Gaze is at the third eye point. Sat Nam 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 Sat. Last few. Sat Nam 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 Sat. Stay slow and steady with your rhythm. Sat Nam 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 Sat. Last few. Last one. Sat Nam. Pull your navel up and in. Draw your pelvic floor away from the ground. Retain the breath. Dip the chin. Hold here. holding the breath as long as it's comfortable. When you need to exhale, take the hands down in the lap. Palms face up, just left palm on right. Just notice your energy. Notice the quality of your auric field, space around the body. And bring all your attention to your third eye center, space just above between the eyebrows. And let's come to lie down in Shavasana. If you want to put a bolster underneath your knees, maybe cover your head with a blanket or nearby shirt. Just set up so you can truly rest. You can have one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, or really any position that's comfortable for you. If you're quite far along in your pregnancy, lie on your left side. Just think of this Shavasana as taking a bath in the energy that you've created, just soaking in. This currency, bathing in it, saturating yourself in it. And we'll be here for several minutes. Slowly begin to wiggle your fingers and toes, rub the thumbs over the pads of the fingers. And deepen your breath. Pull the right knee and then the left knee into the chest. Give yourself a big squeeze. can roll over onto your right side using your right forearm as a pillow, left hand to come up to sit. Opting for the left side if you are pregnant. And we'll close our practice in a comfortable meditation seat together. So cross-legged or sitting back on your heels, just bring your hands to prayer at heart center. Just noticing the after effects of this practice. And seeing if you can hold this intention to deeply ground with this desire to powerfully alchemize and transform our energy as well. Knowing that you can hold both. Bring the hands to prayer at heart center if they're not already there. Press the thumbs into the sternum, fingertips point straight up. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, nose or mouth. Once more, deep breath in. Exhale, nose or mouth. And we'll close our practice with a long sat, short nam. Inhaling, filling up all the way. You can listen or join. Sat Nam. Sat Nam and Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this